Number one is being proactive. In one of the habits in the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, it says, be proactive. I remember back in the first semester of college, I had an accounting class and I was terrible at accounting. I was probably the dumbest kid in that class and I was being reactive, I did not try, I wasn't paying attention, and I was just like, oh yeah, I don't care if I pass the class or not, I will just be in class, right? And then the closer I get to the final exams, I started to get panic, I started to get anxious. Oh, what should I do? Like, I don't know if I'm gonna pass the class or not. Oh, what would happen? Or I'm just being anxious. And then at the last minute, after like a couple of weeks before the final exams, I decided to be proactive. Okay, what can I do about this? What can I do to pass the class? Okay, and then I started to take an accounting course. I started to study like for hours every day, and I get headaches every single day because I sucked at accounting. I was terrible, and I couldn't figure out, okay, what's the answer? What should I do about this? What is this all about? And then I took the final exams. Like, I was so nervous. And then at the end, I managed to pass the class because I was being proactive. In the first place, I was not being proactive, I was being reactive. I was like, oh, I don't care. But then at the end, I started to get panic. Thinking about not passing a class just scares me. And then I passed the class with the lowest grade possible to pass the class. Most of us are reactive. There are two things, reactive and proactive. Reactive is something bad happens to you, your client cancels the meetings, or your friend says something rude to you, your parents get angry at you, the class at your college got canceled last minute, you react. Oh, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? You have a victim mentality. You react. Something happens to you, you react. But there's this thing called proactive. Proactive means taking initiative. Proactive means taking responsibility on what's happening in your life. Reactive means the weather is good, you feel good. The weather is bad, you feel bad. Your friend gives you a compliment, you feel happy. But if your friend says something rude to you, or your friend makes a negative comment about your fashion style, you get sad. You become reactive. And this is not a good way to live, because you're a slave to other people's opinions and you're a slave to the external things that happen in your life. What if you become proactive instead? Your friend said something rude to you, you can just say to yourself, I control my own feelings and I don't want anybody to control my feelings. I control mine, right? The weather is good, you feel good. But even if the weather is bad, let's say it's raining, it's just like cloudy and it's just not a good weather, you can just say to yourself, the weather doesn't control me, I control my own feelings. Or something bad happens in your life. Why is always something bad happens in my life? That's not going to improve your life. What if you just, what can I do about this? Okay, let's just do that. The second habit of great leadership is listen to your people. In one of the habits in the same book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, one of the habits tells, seek first to understand, then to be understood. I remember back in my younger days when I was like 17, 18 years old, I was so arrogant, I think too highly of myself, to the point that I just don't listen to the people around me. Every time people tells me about their feedbacks, about their suggestions, about their advice for me to improve, I was always being defensive. Oh, you're wrong. Oh, I'm right. Oh, what are you talking about? What are you all about? Like, what you tell me doesn't make sense, and I always think I'm right. I always think that I'm better than other people, and I just end up not being a great leader because I don't listen to the people around me. One of the ways to improve is I have to listen to the people around me, right? Because they are the ones that are close to me, they're the ones that see my weaknesses, and maybe I'm not aware of them. And then at one point I was like, I don't want to be like this anymore. This doesn't improve my life. My life starts to become worse because I never listen to the people around me, and instead I listen to my own brain saying to myself, oh, I'm so great, I'm so amazing. I end up becoming lonely because I don't listen to the people that care about me, that wants the best for me. When I'm talking to people, I was just judging them, I was just interrupting them, because when I was arrogant, I tend to interrupt people, I tend to tell them you're wrong. People just don't feel important, people just don't feel appreciated because I don't listen to them. And next time you talk to a person, what if you seek first to understand the other person's feelings, understand the other person's opinions. Okay, next time you talk to a person, ask yourself, why does this person think like this? Is there any possibility that this person might be right and I am wrong? That's a difficult one, because most of us, we don't like to be told that we are wrong. None of us like that. But what if you have the humility to ask, what if I'm wrong and the other person is right? Or let's say nobody is right and nobody is wrong. Maybe both of you are right, but you just have a different opinion at looking at things. When you first listen to someone, don't instantly just judge, don't instantly just interrupt, don't just speak, don't just think, oh, that's absurd, that's crazy, oh, you're incorrect, you're wrong. Oh, why do they think like that? Is there any possibility that their way of thinking is better than me? Is there any possibility that their solution is better than me? This is hard, but you will improve your relationship faster than ever before this way. The third secret of great leadership is you have to know the strengths and the weaknesses of your people. In the book Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara, he talks about how to identify the strengths and the weaknesses of your people. He brought 11 Madison Park from the 50 best restaurants in the world to the #1 restaurant in the world. And he talks about this in the book and how he leads a team of hospitality of his restaurant. And he tells us we have to hire slow, fire fast, but not too fast. What does this mean? He told us that yes, we need to hire slow. When you hire someone, you need to ask them their background. You need to know if they buy into the vision of the company, and if they want to give their best. You need to hire slow because you need to know whether this person fits in the company or not. Most companies says hire slow but fire fast, but he tells don't fire too fast, because let's say there's one of your employees that doesn't do that well. It doesn't mean that you have to fire that employee straight away, because maybe he's in the accounting department but he sucked at accounting. Maybe you should transfer him to the front office department and he's better. He actually excels. He is good at front office, but in the first place you don't know it because you thought this person is good at accounting, but you actually just put him in the wrong role. So that's 3 secrets of great leadership, and I hope this helps you.